Don't get started, brother. Come on.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, bass players around the world, Chicago-ish bass players, Rockford, Illinois bass players, Houston, Texas bass players, Detroit bass players, welcome to the Bassmint. That's Bassmint. We got a special guest in the hot seat right now. Tell us your name, sir.
Freddie Hutson.
Freddie Hutson, a Detroit-based legend. We're gonna explain that in just a second. But before that, I gotta introduce the panel, the squad, the people that always show up at the Bassmint. That's Bassmint. Gotta acknowledge them for coming to hang out. So I'm gonna start with my fret hand, and on my fret hand side, what's your name, sir?
Joseph Velos. How you doing?
What kind of basses that you got, Joe?
I got a Sandberg California JJ5.
All right.
Okay, next to Joe, we got...
Joe Sanchez.
It's the corner.
What you playing, Joe?
This is the Sire Marcus Miller F10 5-string bass.
That is awesome. Let me zoom out a little bit. I can do this. Okay, two Joes. Next to Joe, tell us your name.
Joe.
Hi, I'm Steve Tufel. And this here is my 94 Ken Smith BMT Elite.
I'm gonna need to confiscate that.
You're gonna borrow that after the show.
Some more on my fret hand side. A little dark over there, but tell us your name.
Parker Klein. I got a multi-scale of my own creation.
Oh, we gotta talk about that. Yeah. And
Later.
He's a Bassmint alumni. We did an interview with him. Y'all got to go back and look at what year we do that.
Oh, please don't.
2012, 13.
Please don't look at that.
It was 2012.
2013. Go back and search
2012.
the Bassmint back then. And next to him, tell us your name.
Chris Snyder.
Another Bassmint alumni.
Chris.
But we did your interview at the Stardust Lounge, didn't we?
No, it was in Reg Base.
Okay.
Yep.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing up also. Now go to my plug hand side. Tell us your name, sir.
Polestar, Popalicious, Potastic, Pulp Fiction, all the popes. Yeah.
Right, another Bassmint alumni we interviewed back in the day. Next to Pope, tell us your name, sir.
Titus McClary, Titus bass.
Yeah, what you got? What you playing,
I'm
Titus?
playing Fender Jazz.
What you playing, Pope?
It's a Jackson copy.
Let me see that. Let me just hold it up a little bit.
It's called it's Pope-tastic. That's all.
That's all you can.
Right, I like the color on there. I like all. Yeah.
That has a long neck. It's possible for that neck to be in a different time zone.
Yeah.
This dude, his
Try to play a couple of time signatures at the same time.
his theme is orange. I like the hat that you wearing too, by the way.
Yeah, this is a cool hat, ain't it?
Yeah.
If you want to pick one up, you can get one from Big Eye. That
Right.
will,
Yeah,
set you right up.
we got to sell all the hats that's in the bag. But next to him, we already did Titus, right? Did we?
Right.
Yeah.
Right, but I got my hat on too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he got the hat too. And next to him, this the hat. This must be the hat side over here. Tell us your name, sir.
Robert Lopaka Luckett out of Southgate.
Yeah, what you playing?
I'm using a Squire jazz bass.
All right.
Good job. Next to him, tell us your name, sir.
Tony G. Copeland
All the way from Houston, Texas, coming to hang out.
with the hat.
Yeah, he got the hat on too. He got the other version of it, and
I'm using a Sadowski
a Sadowski
jazz bass.
That's one of Steve's basses because we didn't want him to have to fly with the bass all the way to Houston. I told him we have a bass for you. Look at all these basses. We in the basement.
He told me don't worry about the terrorists.
Yeah. Next to him, tell us your name, sir.
Steve Burkhoff.
What?
Steve Burkhardt, our gracious host, thank you for allowing us to use your basement.
And I'm ghetto today.
Yeah, yeah. He actually got his phone on. We don't turn phones off around here. We keep it live and spontaneous. I bet that's a bass player too. Ain't it? Oh, and we got somebody else back
Yeah,
here.
I snuck back here.
Who is that?
Derek Farr from Warren.
All right.
Okay,
It was
I
my first time in the basement. Every month I try and make it, and something happens.
yeah. You gotta. Can you
Yeah.
see him and do it? Can you see
Actually,
him?
got it from Ken Smith.
All right.
You got him on there. And what's your name again?
Derek Farr.
He's in the punishment section where we, you know, when
Because
you.
I don't have the hat.
I got some for you.
We have them for sale.
And I'm sorry about that, Freddie. But I have to acknowledge the people that come, and they, like I said, they come far and wide. Steve come all the way from somewhere. Where you come from?
Harbor Beach.
Harbor Beach.
And where's Joe from?
Joe, you come all the way from where?
Rockford, Illinois.
And Joe, where you come from?
Belleville.
There we go. Belleville, baby. That's we in the house.
Okay, I can do that all day, but I'm so sorry, but I thank everybody for coming out to the basement.
I could have missed this.
So my first question is, when did you start playing the bass and why?
Yes.
Let me tell you the why. I was gonna be an artist, and around the '67 riot, I was going to art school, and come home they give me all of these things to work on. By that time, we didn't have a transistor radio. My family came home with the 3-piece
Stereo
stereo system.
Oh my God. Big.
And I was trying to write and draw, but Jamerson Motown was kicking the shit of the whole block. So I couldn't do it anymore. So what I did is I dropped all my art classes and went in and asked for lessons to play the upright bass. I didn't get that. He told me, he said, well, if you play the tuba, you know how to play it. But long story short, what happened and how I got transitioned to bass, he saw that I learned that so quickly. So I was playing first tuba when I was still in beginners class
What school?
at Central High. And so then when I went home for the summer, he said, I'm gonna give you a bass fiddle. I'm gonna give you a tuba. And he said, I'm gonna give you a bassoon. I want you to know how to play bassoon when you come back. And in the summer, what happened, a friend of mine next, the next block, he played flute. And his father had things going on. As he told us, I want y'all to go on the Bible boat, but you have to play or do something.
Wow.
So I didn't want to take the tuba, and the bass was laying on the side because I couldn't figure out nothing. So what we did, Dexter and Gladstone, we took the bass fiddle, carried it to White's music store. It wasn't called, it wasn't no cell phone. Took it in there, and I told the guy, I got to play on the Buffalo boat. I need a bass guitar and an amp, and I'll give you this till I come back.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how my compassion was to play. That I don't know how we got that thought when we pawned the bass fiddle for 2 days.
They belong to the school.
They didn't ask no question. They didn't ask how you gonna get it. They took it. But the 2 days later, we took the bus, took the amp back, and took that back, and then it laid there.
So you played the bass. When was this? When you started?
So I started playing
60s?
bass probably in the summer of '67. No, '68.
Okay.
68.
I was 7 years old in '68. But that's awesome. Now, second question is,
06.
what is that you playing, man? What is that you got?
This is a handmade bass called, it's Der bass, which is German, meaning the bass. It's made by Michael Deering. So the DR, so that's part of the Deering. It's a series of 5 fretless basses. I met him and I was going to him for him to check out my quarter fret bass, which I designed. And I walked in and he had about 5 fretless basses in there. And so I started trying them, and when I tried this one, we made a deal right on the spot. I walked out with this, and the next day I went in the studio recording.
I was gonna say, now you ain't pawned nothing to get this one.
School bass, man. I got this bass fiddle.
The school bass.
Right. I got this bass fiddle in the trunk.
School.
Okay, all right, so, yeah, see, now, I bet that's a bass player, ain't it?
Almost.
Look, you say almost. Just like almost pregnant. Look, okay, so I usually have another set of questions, but I have to acknowledge you for your Detroit based historical body of work. If somebody noticed at the end of his play in, he was playing this song called Float On by the Floaters.
Right.
Now I'm gonna tell you something that you might not know.
Okay.
That song that you playing by the Floaters called Float On, that group, the Floaters, do you know they was offered to play the song You Are My Starship by Michael Henderson?
Get out of here.
Before Norman Connors took it,
Okay.
and they turned it down.
Whoa.
So they would have been a 2-hit wonder.
Yeah, they were.
Cause you say they're 1-hit wonder. You were the bass player on a Floater song called Float On, and that was a fretless.
Yes.
And I say, get out of there. That was no fretless, cause the intonation was spot on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I love when fretless players play spot on intonation where you can't tell it's fretless until they get ready to
Slide.
tell you that it's fretless. So that's one thing. And then you did some other legendary stuff during the same time. I think you played with a record label called ABC Records, right?
Yep.
And not only did you do the Floaters, which you that song called a 1-hit wonder, but you also did a gospel song called what was it called? Great Things or something?
Mm-hmm.
And it's by Tessie Hill, right?
Yes.
Get out of here.
And
Reggie's mom.
so the crazy thing was
Small world.
the crazy thing that so you playing fretless on 2.
1-hit wonders.
Did any of them go platinum? The Floaters had to go platinum.
Platinum, and the thing about it is the reason why I have a strong legacy is because ABC was going under, and when Great Things came out, that kept them going till Float On came out, and that blew them wide. They could move back in their offices and everything. Multi-platinum. And so my legacy is that I'm on about 6 or 7 albums in a row on the ABC label. And then one of them, James Jamerson is on it. Nobody ever said he played gospel.
Which is crazy to me that both you bass players are on the same song.
Yeah.
And you got to play with James Jamerson. That's awesome.
Small world.
Yes, it is. And who are some of the other stuff? Like you also played with. You had a relationship with another bass player we call Peanut, Mr.
Right.
Chandler.
Yes.
And y'all swapped out, like y'all was like, here, you take it this week, I take you play on this record this time. I wrote the bass part of it, I want you to play it. No, I gotta go on tour, so now you go in the studio. How did that work out?
And it was somewhat the same with Jameson. So Great Things, Peanut, he was gonna play that. I came to the rehearsal and we met for the first time. He said, man, you gotta do this, I gotta go, and I'm playing with Marvin Gaye. So I played on that. So then I played on the Floaters album, and I put together the Floaters Orchestra. So when they went to record again, they would be recording while we was on the road. So I played on the title of the second album. I played on that song, and Peanut played on the rest of it. So it was fitting that we would do more things together. So the song "Shake It Well," "Ocean
You
of
played on
Thoughts and
that?
Dreams," I wrote the bass lines, and he played on it.
Wow.
And then on the Spinners album, "Living and Loving," we're doing a duo bass line on their big disco song, 1122 Boogie Woogie Avenue. So he's playing the choruses, I'm playing the verses.
Yeah, that is
right.
yeah, that is dope. Now, some of the other things that I like to ask you, but I just want to say I appreciate it. It's always nice to hang out with somebody whose record I used to play.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when we was in our bands back in the 70s, we had to play Float On, right?
Yeah.
And then, and the original bass player, I'm hanging out with him right now. That's, to me, that's,
Right, yeah. And it
that's
wasn't you
kinda
had to, it was you had to.
Yeah.
If you lived in the neighborhood, you better know that song.
You for real?
You get kicked out. You don't know the flowers?
Can I say
Why?
Yeah, of course you can say something.
Okay. First, I want to say I am honored, not only that you invited me, but to be amongst bass players. Even all what I've done has just been few in between, and a lot of them don't even talk to you, you know. But the Bassmint was significant to me because at the stage when I bought the idea of that I'm gonna play bass, I only desired if I played bass in my basement for the rest of my life, I would be happy. But to meet all the guys, and then even the Detroit thing and all, I've been away from it because of a lot of reasons. So my first even bass player day was last year. But I want to thank all you guys, Hope and so many people that I've been meeting, and I'm really, really honored by that. You know.
Well, so are we. I'm honored to be hanging out with you. Again,
Bass royalty.
and one of the things, I ain't gonna keep you, bro. I just wanted to.
You get another 24
Hey, Cynthia. Oh, we got some other people back there. Who else we got back there?
Cynthia, okay, man.
Cynthia, you by yourself?
No, I got my grandkids with me.
Hey, grandkids! Welcome to the basement. That's BASSMINT.
You got-
Are they on the camera?
You got great.
Rob, are they on the camera?
No, you got her on camera now.
Oh, okay.
Spin that one.
Well, welcome to the basement. Sorry about that, but that's how we do, Freddie. We
29-year-old bass player.
These are gonna tie some loose ends.
tie up some loose ends before I let you go, bro.
Okay, so my first bass was a Fender Mustang, and I was telling them that I picked that bass. I didn't know no better. It was shorter. I thought it was a beginner's bass.
I got one now.
Yeah, so I didn't know it was the
Just got it.
legacy. It got stolen, and so
What color was it?
say 12th Street. 12th Street.
No, I was too young then.
But anyway, I went to a studio out of Michigan, and I happened to go in there, and they was negotiating. I looked in the corner, and there was a Fender fretless bass there. Now, I couldn't play it upright, and something in my mind said, get a fretless. So the fretless that I played on Float On, I ordered it. It took about 4 months because I ordered with the maple neck and all of those things. And I turned in this Gibson bass at the store, picked that up and went to a gig and never played a fretless bass. So when you were talking about intonation and all like
Yes,
that,
that's great.
my thing was, I learned one quick thing was that you don't play, even though the song has notes and it might tell its own story, but when you put yourself in the bass, you can't play it because it's a bass. It's giving you a certain sound and it's demanding things.
That is.
And that's how. So I played what was sold to be played, but it opened up a door to me, even though it didn't say, "Oh, I'm Fretless, go all over everywhere." No, but and the last part of this had to do with Jamerson. He came in that club where I was playing, and I didn't recognize him. And he went past me and went around, and I was playing "I'll Take You There," and he got all the way in my ear, and I just didn't have a chance to move. But he started humming the bass line the way he wanted me to play it. So it sounded good to me, and I played it like he wanted me to play it. And I'm almost in tears because it blew my mind when he told me who he was.
That's crazy.
And I couldn't say anything. He knew, so he took my bass and he said, "You play upright?" I said, "That's how much I could talk." And he said, "Well, get you a bow and do your, and set your strings up like that," which I did, no bow. But he told me one key thing. He said, "It's not where you play." He said, "It's where you leave your holes." And when I'm ever compared
Let
to
the music breathe.
to him and playing where it's similar, I got sick one day trying to play "It's a Shame." That's all. Because my holes wasn't where his were. And finally from that I got it. You have to play in your lane. And so even though it was similar, I played less than he do in the song. So those are the key things, but I learned to that basically my motto as a musician is you develop the skills to play what you like to hear. So that ties everything together.
Okay. Do you play any other instruments besides the bass guitar?
I play piano at church every Sunday.
That's good. And let me ask you this. What is it that you like about playing the bass guitar? What is it about the bass?
The bass is like a computer. Because, for instance, when I was getting float on to play, they didn't say it was the floaters. They didn't say it was float on. He sat in front of me, he said, "I want you to play these notes." And I played them. He said, "Okay, we're going to record that. We're going to do it for 11 minutes.
Who is he?
James Mitchell, the writer
Okay.
and producer. So what happened was, mentally, that was the hardest song I ever played.
Now, did he pick out how you phrased it, or he let you phrase it the way you want it?
He gave me the basic, but James has said that your bass
Put it
line should
yourself.
tell a story.
Yeah, okay.
So how do you tell the
'Cause that's what
story
you
with
were doing
just
on
4
there.
notes?
Yeah.
So if you listen to it, I challenge you to figure out how many different patterns I use.
Oh, you use a few?
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
So then I learned to create with this. So then the bass is so intricate. Whether you hold the note, whether you make it short, and those are some of the keys. Whether you slide it, whether you go right into it, whether you add an octave, and then you are engineering bass lines, not as a chord where you're playing chords and melodies, but just in those few notes of your pattern, you're engineering. And if it sounds good to you, that's why I have this bass. It sounded good. Then I become an engineer in every song I play.
Okay.
So that's why.
Okay. So who were some of the? You just answer how you want, but your influences or favorites, or you can combine it, or Mount Rushmore. Who are the bass players that you look up to, and yeah, just who were your influences to start off with?
Let me say I'm very, 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 very blessed because Jamerson was number one.
A Detroit bass player.
And then, when the Germanics came out, it wasn't too far after that. So you have Motown, Jamerson. Right down the street, you have Peanut. That was the two.
Another Detroit bass player.
Those two was always here, and I got to play with both of them. Now, my legacy is from God because my mother was dying, and I had a horrible situation with her when I first started playing, where she was sick, and she used to tell me that I was the worst son that she ever had.
The what?
Worst son. Because I had to
that's
keep
not
her.
funny, but Jesus.
No, I had to keep her in the house, and they diagnosed her and said 4 months to live. My thing was keep her in the house. So sometimes she thought she had to leave. Now, what I'm saying is she lived 4 years, but in those 4 years, Tessie Hill was her favorite gospel singer.
Who played bass on there?
And Martha Jean Queen was her favorite disc
There you
jockey.
go.
Yes.
Yep.
Before
Yes.
she passed, I was on Martha Jean the Queen's TV program 3 times.
Wow.
And went to her service and knew that God loved me that much to do that for me. So I went to see my mother. She was unconscious. And I said, Lord, I put her in your hands. She died the next day.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm sure she's proud of you. She was
And
familiar.
you know, when she said those things, I know that it wasn't what she felt, but in those moments,
Yeah, she felt like
that
it.
was true.
Yeah.
And when it got to the point that the day that she raised her hand to hit me, my skin jumped. I didn't try to block it, but I told the family I couldn't do it no more, and I left town for years. And she lived till I came back, did both of those albums, and from then it was Zoom.
That's great. But let me ask, anybody else have any questions for this fine bass player? Anybody want to know something about? Because I got some more
Yeah,
questions
how old
for
were
you.
you when you started? How old?
I was 17, basically, right out of high school. Another blessing. I was Sylvia Moy's first bass player when she left Motown.
Now that's the lady who wrote for Stevie Wonder.
Yes.
She got her own studio, which I happened to, I had the pleasure of recording that as well.
Yeah.
We called it Sylvia's, but what's the real name of the studio?
When I went, she was in the house on Webb.
Oh, okay.
So she was in the house on Webb, and
So you were recorded right in the house?
I recorded in the house until she would go a lot of times. She was recording studio on
It's in the house though.
Right, because
Where Kim did his album, that's where it's her studio.
Oh, okay.
It's a kind of a mansion, mini mansion too, by the way.
Yeah.
In the basement, that's Bassmint. I don't care what y'all, how y'all smell it. It's the basement is a bass. That fish behind you is not a bass, that's a bass. So look,
Now, you know, we still got more questions now.
yeah, I wanted to know anybody else have any questions.
Yes. My question would be about your signature bass there. When it came to your pickups, that's a humbucker that's on there, the pickup?
No, those is the Music Man.
Yes.
Yeah, and I had nothing to do. It was all set up, and actually, there's other things you could have finished it off with, but since I had it,
He said that's it.
It's in my hands, you ain't getting it back. It feels good, thank you very
so
much.
I will be endorsing him in the next week. As also, the song "Great Things" for me wasn't a song; it was a legacy because it's still going on. I'm 73. And I'm nominated for a Gospel Sound Music Award.
Anybody?
Yep. So now, what strings do you use? Is it a certain style string?
I'm
you
a
use?
90
Flat wound or
I
round
came
wound?
in and I played the bass and I left. I didn't ask him what string.
Well, so have you changed them or you know?
No.
Oh, okay.
Flat wound, round
Half.
Half wound. Okay.
wound. Okay, yeah. Yeah, they do make a half.
Yeah, they make
wound.
a half. Yeah.
Are you finished touring? What are you doing now?
No.
Nowadays?
I have about 3 groups that I record with. The one that's nominated for the award, we're going to be doing something. We have a date that's probably almost secured in Puerto Rico. So I'm not doing that touring like I did with the Floaters, but I would do it. But recording has always been my foundation, you know, so.
What's the name of these 3 groups in case we want to buy your recordings
Well,
and
the
stuff?
BSG with an exclamation mark. That's the one that's nominated.
What does that stand for?
It's Bishop Scott Gerard, but we're actually a group.
Okay.
And Michelle Bell Miller and Let It Flow out of Lansing, Michigan.
Okay.
And then there's a group called the RAD Band, Radical for Christ. I played with them. Then there's a few others, but those are the main ones that record. I'm also on this guy, he was nominated for a Grammy for the song called I Want to Be a Doorman. To open the gates on the first day of heaven. So I'm on, he had a release probably in January, I'm on that also.
Okay, and you you're doing a lot of gospel nowadays. Are you? I think you're a pastor or a deacon or a minister.
No, I'm an elder, but I will. Motown is the root of what I do, and so there are occasions like even some of the church functions. They want jazz, they want this, they want that, you know, for the outside, you know, community and all. So I do a lot of those during the summer.
That's awesome, in my opinion. Like I said, I ain't want to keep you, but if there was some way that we can keep up with you and follow and stay abreast of your journey, musical journey, how can we do that? You got social media and stuff?
Yes, Facebook and all. I have a blessing at home that keeps me occupied. But my thing is to keep up with y'all.
What are you listed as on Facebook?
Yeah, what's your name on Facebook?
Freddie Guy Hutson.
Freddie Hutson. Now,
I have a quick question.
okay.
Do you think of a gig that stood out, all the gigs you've done, any certain gig that kind of stands out to you that you remember, maybe something significant about, besides the James Jamerson? Anything else to say that?
When I say no, basically on the professional level, when the Floaters took off and we were sent out, we didn't have any road manager and all, so I was doing that, and plus I put the band together, and so I would be the first person to go in when the sound check is, and the guys they're sitting on the bench with their blankets still out from traveling, and the producer saying, you know, you might not get any mics and stuff like that. Long story short, the best ones is when you get on your instrument and none of those matter, whether it's the mics or whatever. And other than that, it was my best one. We opened up. I was David Ruffin's musical director, and we was on tour with him. And he was in Memphis, Soul's been in Memphis with Michael Jackson, and it was the last Jackson's tour. He had that song out, Rock With You, and Band.
Wow.
And David Ruffin didn't show up.
He was so, well,
So TFO, we were able to do his show.
Without him?
And then it was so good that it was a write-up in the paper that talked about, you know, our opening and all like that. The last line that said, David Ruffin, their lead singer, was stuck in the snow in Detroit. So they called him our lead.
Stuck in the snow. Blizzard.
yeah. Speaking of snow, and the sinus infections that you say.
So yeah, basically what it is, your best one is the one where you can't sleep when you finish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You still excited. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, look, like I said, I ain't want to keep you, so.
Yeah, you have to.
Anybody else got any questions before I close them
I got
out?
one more question.
What you got, Titus?
Yeah,
I need to set your intonation because it sounds clean when you're playing.
You can
I'm
get
still
5G.
working with it, so I was telling you that I decided I wasn't going to touch nothing on this bass, and just play off of the sound, which I did on my first Fretless. So I'm just now starting to tweak different things. My strap, whether I want it up or down. And I was telling him that my other bass was so much smaller and so much lighter, but I always play with my hands where I'll move these for effect. When you see me doing that, I'm doing effects. But basically, I'll play basically with my hands. Then
All right, Detroit, man.
So when I got this one and I had to reach all the way this way, the one thing I didn't want to do, because it's easier to do this. So I trained myself to be able to still. So it's easy when I go here, but that's what I did. That's how, this range will take me always a scale, always easier scale.
I can hear the history in your playing, brother. I can hear the Detroit. That
Single pick.
He one of those guys know how to mute without muting.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
All of that other stuff. That's crazy. So let me ask you this, and I'm gonna let you go after this question. As you being you Lamont Johnson, a Detroit bass player, Ralph Armstrong, a Detroit bass player, are pioneers of the fretless bass back in the 70s. Do you agree with that, or because you didn't know either one of them at the time you were playing fretless?
But first time I met Ralph. I don't know why I was at. It was the State Fair in the big Coliseum, and they had the clowns and all like that. And I was up in the balcony. I don't know why, but he was up there and he was talking. Actually, he was playing with the circus.
Wow.
And what about Lamont Johnson?
Lamont, really,
may he rest in peace.
me and him, when I say met, he came to my church. His daughter went to the same school to technically my daughter went to. Both of them played trombone. Now my quarter fret bass, which you haven't heard, what it is, it was some fretted bass, and I had the frets taken out the separate right here. And when I play it, even though I'm playing here, you hear frets. And so anyway, he checked it out at the church and he really liked it. So what we talked about doing was doing a concert where it was the two bass players and two trombone players.
Wow.
So we never did get a chance to do it, but that's the time when I met him and we sat down,
Yeah, it's just funny that all three of y'all decided to play fretless. As pioneers back in, nobody else was doing it.
Yeah.
And y'all say, okay, I'm gonna do it without even knowing each other at the time. It's like, who is the pioneer? But
it was my redemption for not being able to play that.
Right.
I went nowhere with it.
Yeah. Okay. So look.
To take it back to school.
Look. First, before you play us out, I want to thank you for sharing your bass story with us. That's BASS. Tory. Yeah. Thank you for showing your bass story with us, and thank you for coming to hang out with us in the basement. And I'd like the last question. Is there anything you'd like to say in closing, Freddie?
I don't, I feel like sometimes you're 1 second from something that could be a life and legacy to you. And musically, that happened for all of us. No matter where you're going and no matter what you did, it was that 1 second decision that you can't question. I was offered to play with the Dramatics, and I turned it down. And I think about, wow, I would love to play all the Peanuts songs. But then look at the course where I was at, you know. And what that happened after that, I wasn't with the Floaters when I did that, just beginning. So, for bass players and musicians, we ride that second where we're not losing things because of the desire. We're so trained in what we feel and what we express. That's why we work with people. That's why we go into making other things, and you make your design your own and productionist.
All right. Okay, well look, again, thank you for hanging out with us in the basement. So, Freddie, why don't you just play us out, brother, and we'll let you go.
I'm soft toned and all, so I'll make it real quiet.